Hey, what's up? MH here, and we just got back from a great WWDC 24 where Apple announced their whole new lineup of softwares: visionOS, iOS, iPadOS, tvOS, and macOS, along with their AI, which is also known as Apple Intelligence. So, as of now, after the WWDC 24 event, the iOS 18 Beta 1 is available now, along with the other softwares: iPadOS 18, tvOS, visionOS 2, and macOS Sequoia. And actually, I've updated my iPhone 14 Pro to the iOS 18 Beta 1. So in this video, I'll be going over the top 5 features you need to know before updating to iOS 18. In fact, this phone I'm recording on right now is also updated to iOS 18. This is the iPhone SE2, by the way. I'll be showing you guys a whole list of the supported devices towards the end, so stay tuned. But please do keep in mind that a lot of these features are more about customization, which is what Apple headed towards. And for Android, it has been on there for a long time now, and it took Apple long enough to finally ship it on the iPhone. So a lot of iPhone users want to go crazy about their home screens, and now they can. So I'm going to go over the top 5 main features in iOS 18 that I personally like. If you want, you can also visit the link down below to find out the full features in iOS 18. Alright, so number 5, we start with the lock screen, where we can finally change the bottom 2 control centers. So in order to change it, all you gotta do is hit customize, just like you would do in iOS 17. And then there's now 2 options for each side. So all you gotta do is just go into one of these. If you want to change it, just click on this and add your own customizations. There's a whole list that goes down, making sure you guys can see that. Okay, so you can add whatever you guys want based on what's shown here. For me, I have the calculator, and I kept a flashlight here because I thought, it's quite important. And there's always, the automatic light and dark, and that's for this iOS 18 wallpaper, and if you want the depth effect to be on. Alright, so the next one I do want to talk about is the home screen. So just like iOS 17, you would long press on the screen, then up here there's the edit button. Just like always, there's the add widgets, and you have the customize now. And customize now gives you the automatic, the dark, the light, and the tinted. The automatic is the display, where it's bright in the morning and it goes dark in the evening. And there's also the dark options, the light options, just like always, and the tinted. Also, if you do click on the sun down here, it would either make your screen go like regular, like it's just, day and night, or if you want it tinted, you could just hit the sun button down here. Sorry guys, making sure you guys could see that. So tinted, just hit the sun, or if you don't want it tinted, just hit the sun one more time. Or you could also choose these ones, where you could change the color of the icons if you would like to do that, which I personally won't be doing that. And if you would like to set the large, it just enlarges them and takes off the words as well. But if you want to, you could go back to customize, you could go back to light, you could go back to dark, and we'll change that to small. But for me, I have it tinted, and if you do make it tinted, it also changes the Apple app icons to black. Right now, third-party apps don't have this, but only the app icons do, so just keep that in mind. The next one I do want to talk about is Control Center. So in iOS 18, you get a whole new redesign of the Control Center. Do realize there is a add button at the top in the corner over here and a power button. The power button is just to power off your iPhone and reboot it, just like always. Now they gave you that option. Up here, if you do want to add, or you could long press, and there's a new add option down here. These weird looking rounded things here, you could just resize them basically. And then down here, the add option, you also have the control centers where you could add all these things that is shown here. For me, I have these ones set here, and this is for music playing, so it would look great. Or you could just go up like that. Here's how it would look like if I were to play music. It would just look like this. If you had it like formatted like this, or if you had it like this, it would just be enlarged and it will look even better. So I think that's a really cool feature. And to show you how to resize, all you gotta do is come down here. If I show you the music option, let's go to the music. You can actually move these around. It's pretty cool, I'd say. Or you could do, let's see. You could also do the, if I can get this to work here, you can move this one. You could just move these slightly larger or just go around like that. And there's so much more options like these ones. So these are just to name a few, but if it's fine, you get to customize however you want it to be. Now let's go over the small things. Some small things to note here is that there is a new passwords app. So this passwords app will keep all your passwords. It was initially in the settings, but they made it into an app now, so that's all in there and it's locked away. Also, if you would like to hide an app, you could do this, long press, and if you hit require Face ID, you have the option now to unlock apps using Face ID. And for some apps, it would say to hide it, or that's up to you. That's not on all the apps as of yet. So the hidden folder is down here, but you do get to hide your apps now, which is cool to hide some of the restricted infos. And also here, once you long press, you get to resize your widgets if you would like. As for the fitness app, there is a new section. So if I go to see all categories, then I go to training loads. There is a new section for training loads. Basically, this is to see how much effort you put into each exercise or workout you have. So that's actually something nice to see, since it shows you the graphs as well. And this is paired along with your Apple Watch, if you do have one, which, by the way, this is also updated to the new watchOS 11, so then you could get all these good old features. Training loads do go up from 1 to 10, so you could rate your effort, but that's all there is. So for each exercise or workout, you get to rate how much effort you put into it. In the health app, there is a new vitals. This also comes along with the Apple Watch, where you get to view your range for your body when you sleep. Yeah, so this is just for basically to improve your health overall, if it lets you know of anything. But yeah, overall, that's what the new vitals looks like. In the journal app in iOS 18, they also now have streaks, your dailies and your weeklies and your entries, along with how much words you have written this month from this year and in total. So there's all these cool new features they added in the journal app, so that's kind of decent. And in the calculator app, they did update, so there are some histories here for your calculations, Or you can go down here where it has basic scientific math notes. Math notes are like the iPad, which I'll just show in a sec. Scientific really just looks like this. It just puts it all together. And then to go back, you have your math notes where you can take all your notes and it'll do the calculations for you. Or if you want to go back, just go back to regular, and you also get to convert for some money signs if you would like. One more thing I do need to mention is that in here on the lock screen, if you hit your flashlight and you have the iPhone 14 Pro, iOS 18 now shows this where you get to adjust the brightness of the flashlight. So I thought that was a cool thing to mention. This new flash also works with the iPhone 15 and above as well. iMessage did get a new update as well with how the words look when you type and send them. And there's also links previews. And then there's iMessage via satellite. You get to react with your own emoji or using Apple Intelligence. And then there's also a new design overhaul for the Photos app. And there's so much more, but I'm only going over the top 5. In iOS 18, you now get to place your app icons anywhere. So if you want to move it like this, you can do it like that. Or you can just place them off to the sides around the area, like a square or rectangle, or you can place it wherever you want. Now I know for Android, you get to customize your home screen, your lock screen. Android already gave you the ability to do this. And now Apple is finally here. They're giving you the ability to do this now. It took them long enough. As of right now, some of the features are still in beta. Not all of them are available. It'll come out in later beta updates. Like Siri, I don't have that right now. You can only use the new Apple Intelligence from iPhone 15 Pro and above. So if you have an iPhone 15 or iPhone 15 Plus or below, you can't use it. M1 iPads or newer, also with M1 Max or newer. Those are your key points. As for iPadOS 18, there is now a calculator app. Finally, they brought the calculator app to the iPad. And this is just similar to the iPhone in iOS 18, where they revamped it with convert, the math notes, and the scientific. If you do have an Apple Pencil, you do get to write on here, and it'll directly calculate for you. To give you a demo, if I go to this pencil icon here, if I write with my fingers, which I don't have to use the Apple Pencil, if I just write 1 times 1, and put the equal sign, it'll just directly give me the answer. So that's really convenient. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was also using AI features since it was on device, but apparently they did not say it, but I still believe it is. In iPadOS 18 on the calculator app, there is a history now for all your calculations or your notes. And the scientific calculator looks just like this. They separate it into sections. So here's the convert. It all looks pretty cool. Get to turn that off. And so yeah, that's the calculator app for iPad. But yeah, pretty much everything else is still the same, so don't expect anything new for iPadOS 18. It's all similar to iOS 18. Just a few small changes here and there. So yeah, that's iOS 18, iPadOS 18, watchOS 11. And I know there's so much more details I didn't go over. So if you want to learn more, I'll link it in the description down below. So should you guys update to the iOS 18 developer beta? If you want, you can go ahead and do so, but do realize that this is the developer beta. The public beta will be out in July, which is next month. For me personally, it's been stable on the iPhone, the iPad, and the watch. Everything has been fine, not too many problems. I haven't been seeing some stuff, so it's just been stable basically. It's kind of buggy, kind of like loading just slightly, but that's not too big of a deal. So if you don't mind, you can go ahead and update, or you can just wait for the public beta, which will be out again next month. And also, not a lot of the features that they talked about on stage is available in the beta, so really it's just not a good update. So I would just wait, but if you really want to update, go ahead. I'll link it down below on how to do so. And as always, the official release will be out in September along with the iPhone 16 lineup. So, or you can update around that time if you'd like. But yeah, that is the top 5 iOS 18 that I just went over. Hey, I think it's a good deal. Not a lot of the features Android already had, but whatever. Some I did kind of hate, some is fine, some is good, but yeah, it's been a good update. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Make sure to subscribe for more content coming soon, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.